Welcome to the Shore Patrol Shack, presenting real stories from around the world.
Pura Vida, and welcome back to the Shore Patrol Shack. Today I am going to talk about online dating. The concept is nothing new. Pen pals date back to 1930 as a cultural exchange and language practice. Mail-order brides date back to the 17th century. Evolving from economic necessity in Jamestown, Virginia, referred to as tobacco brides. The female's passage from Europe was paid for with tobacco. The Virginia Company was losing male colonists because of the lack of females. The men would marry a Native American woman and leave the colony to live with his wife's tribe. In 1620, the company sponsored 140 women to come to the colony. They were free to marry the man of their choice, even if he could not afford the fee. The company charged 120 pounds of tobacco leaves to pay for the woman's passage. France did something similar. In 1663, they started to immigrate young women for the men in the New France colony. By 1673, about 800 women immigrated and were referred to as the King's Daughters. In 1699, France decided to do the same thing with their Louisiana colony. This is where bad players entered the scene. The women were lied to about the conditions in the colony, and many complained about mistreatment. The women were referred to as Pelican Girls, the name of the first ship they came on. When word got back to France, they could no longer recruit respectable women. Their solution was to send criminals and working girls, referred to as correction girls. Personal Ads or Lonely Hearts Club started as a joke in England in 1660. By 1691, catalogs were printed with these joke ads for marriage. The first real ad was published in England, 1695. It became commercialized. Newspapers and magazines selling space for ads. Brokers and agencies were charging to handle translations, paperwork, and transportation. With the commercialization and popularity came more bad players to the game. Fake ads and fake replies from people that had no intention of marriage. It was entertainment grown out of boredom. Many of the females were bored married housewives. In the 1800s, it was reported that 50% to 90% of the ads and replies were fake. Companies collecting a fee for translating letters to someone that doesn't exist. Collecting money for the paperwork and transportation for someone that doesn't exist. The newspapers and magazines reported all this, but its popularity kept growing. One report was about a group of guys placing an ad for a guy they knew. The guy received over 600 replies from women. When he found out, it was a cruel prank. The guy was reported to say, "The perpetrators of the joke should be compelled to marry some of those who have answered the advertisement. The punishment would fit the crime." A Methodist preacher in Pittsburgh was arrested for mail fraud. He was replying to ads as a woman, ending with getting money for travel to come to marry the guy. The 1800s also brought two new markets. Chinese men were working around the world, and they used agencies in China to find a wife. The US was expanding west, and the men wanted wives. Many of the old Western movies had a reference to mail-order brides. A TV series in the late 1960s called Here Come the Brides was popular. It was somewhat based on Asa Mercer attempts in the 1860s to bring marriageable women, known as the Mercer Girls, from the East Coast to Seattle, Washington, for the men working in the logging industry. Bruce Lee appeared in one episode in 1969, titled Marriage Chinese Style. I see you made it through the history lesson. This was just a quick glimpse. There's a lot more history online. Not much has changed in almost 400 years. Let's go to Gunny now for his report. I finally found an app that didn't block him, and crazy things don't happen while making the video.
Thanks, Yaman. Yes, it's nice to be away from the beach. I got sand everywhere, and I'll save a bundle on moisturizer. Gunny here with your safety tip. Rule 1. Don't send money. It is not normal in most countries' culture to share family matters with a stranger. Rule 2. Don't send money. There are many reasons why legitimate online dating sites don't allow soliciting and warn you against sending money. Rule 3. Don't send money. There's an endless number of photos and videos of women free online. Rule 4. Don't send money. Like the 1-800 numbers that filled late-night TV commercials. Once they get you on the hook, they will do anything to keep you on the line. She has an endless list of sad stories that can only be helped with your money. Rule 5. Don't send money. What you see as an act of kindness. She sees what P.T. Barnum said. There's a sucker born every minute. She tells her friends, the bad players multiply. Always meet in a public place, for the first time. After that, you need to trust your head and your gut. There are no guarantees. In my safety tip for Pattaya, I covered securing your valuables in a hotel room. If you invite her to your house, make sure your valuables are out of sight and secure. Maybe leave a $20 bill lying out as a test. Trust like respect is something that needs to be earned, no matter which country that you are in. It can't hurt to tell a buddy when you are going out to meet her. Although I have never and don't know anyone who has experienced, there are rumors about guys that go to meet someone from online and they disappear. Kidnapped and held for ransom. Drugged while her and her friends rob your home. Realistically, these things can happen no matter where or how you meet someone. Back to you, Shaman. Gunny out.
In the 1960s, I had grade school teacher use pen pals as a class project. In 1991, I rotated back to sea duty. I found several catalogs of females looking for pen pals, thousands of them in each catalog. Most of the females were Pinays, a female from the Philippines. Many of them worked and lived in other countries as a domestic worker. I started sending letters to females in countries we were scheduled to visit on an upcoming Westpac. The Westpac was supposed to be the boat's farewell cruise before the boat was retired. We were scheduled for all the standard port visits at least once. Almost as much time in ports as at sea. When Iraq invaded Kuwait, that all changed. I did get a chance to meet a pen pal in Hong Kong. I did have a pen pal from Singapore. She was a native of Singapore, not Pinay. After exchanging several letters, we were getting along well. She said she had a friend that also wanted to meet me. She asked if it was okay if I had 2 ladies to take care of me while I was in Singapore. Of course, I agreed. Unfortunately, the Singapore port visit was canceled. When I decided to move to Costa Rica, I started looking at online dating sites, selling my house, packing, inventory to meet Costa Rica's requirements. I knew it would be about a year before I could move. Most of the sites, you could tell they were for working females. I signed up for one site on a Friday. By Monday, I had over 1,000 females contact me from every continent except Antarctica. I turned off my profile while I sorted through all of them. There were several from Costa Rica I replied to. Altogether, I talked with a few hundred females in the year before moving. One was really nice, had a job she enjoyed, no children. But she got involved with an old boyfriend before I came there. Another was very nice, owned a salon and spa business, but had 2 children. There was no chemistry between us. She did have a father and brother that were into cars. I was more interested in meeting them. Her family kind of adopted me. Very rare here to have happened here. She would invite me to visit her salon when she had a client that I might be interested in. I met a better class of females there than on the dating site. I used the dating site for a few years. I talked to over 1,000 females and met hundreds. Only a couple got a second date. I was 55 years old, and I searched for females over 40 on the dating site. I expected the females over 40 to have adult children. I was surprised how many females had children when they were in their late 30s and early 40s. The females that had adult children were not interested in a serious relationship. Their place in their family was as a nanny for their grandchildren. They were content with someone to take them out for dinner on Saturday night, followed by sharing physical pleasures. I became friends with a guy I met in a bar one night. He kept telling me I should try younger females. I started trying females over 30 years old. There was a lot more choices. Some were only rentals, looking to get paid for a good time. Most were looking for anyone to support her and her children. Pretty woman syndrome is very common here. I did meet a female just prior to the shutdown. She was 31 and we got along great. She had a degree, no children, career-minded. About 6 months into the shutdown, she lost her job. She was okay for a while, but then turned into an angry parasite. I have heard a lot of people's biggest concern is, what if a different person shows up? I only had that happen once in the hundreds of women I met online. She was not even close. An instant red card. I was so tempted to just walk away. I went along, it was just lunch, and she said she wanted pizza. In the restaurant, it continued to go bad. She wanted to order the most expensive bottle of wine and a couple appetizers. I reminded her it was just lunch. An instant red card. She settled for a glass of wine. The waiter asked if we were ready to order. I asked her what kind of pizza she liked. This is a small wood-fired pizza restaurant in a plaza. Maybe seats 24 people. Most tables are on the sidewalk with a view of the parking lot. They do have very good pizza. Their other items on the menu are very overpriced and not very good quality. They are famous for their pizza. Anyway, C ignored my question and gave the waiter her order. She, of course, ordered the most expensive item on the menu. The salmon, when it came, it was easy to see it was a cheap, frozen piece of salmon that was overcooked. Looked like cat food. An instant red card. After she finished her cat food, she wanted dessert and coffee. An instant red card. This female had no class. I made my excuses, called her a taxi, paid the bill and left. Okay, I'm going to take a break now and turn it over to the chief. He's at the beach today and going to tell you a story about a female I met online that brought a friend. I hope soon that I can get the video capabilities to animate these stories. Turning it over to you, Chief.
Thanks, Shaman. Pura Vida, y'all. Gunny here with a story time. We'll call this one, She Came with a Friend. I had been talking to a female for a couple of weeks. She said she had to go to the mall near my house to pick something up. We agreed to meet for lunch at one of the restaurants there at 1. We had a good lunch, and she seemed cool. After lunch, I asked her if she wanted to see a movie. Where I lived was mostly residential and not much else to do. She suggested we pick up a couple beers and go to my house. I did notice she had a problem with her shoulder. It was causing her pain. It was a nice sunny day, so we sat out on the terrace. I'll call her Maria. I could see her shoulder was hurting her when she would turn to talk to me. I asked her about it. She said that it's been hurting for about 2 years. She had seen doctors, and they couldn't help. I asked if she tried a massage therapist. She said that's what the doctors recommended. She said she tried several, but no help. I asked her if it was a small lump, about the size of a small grape on the edge of her shoulder blade. She said yes. I told her if it's what I think it is, I can fix it in less than 10 minutes. I had done many. She was skeptical, but gave me a chance. She was wearing a top with thin straps, so the area was exposed. She started timing me on her cell phone. After just over 7 minutes, I asked her to try moving her arm. The look on her face was priceless. She shouted, "It don't hurt. 2 years of pain, and you fixed it in less than 10 minutes. She got a sly look on her face and asked me if I did full body massages. I told her about my experience. She asked what types of massage I know. I gave a brief explanation of each. She chose which one she wanted, and I set up the table. The next Sunday afternoon, Maria sent me a message asking if I was busy. She was at a friend's house close to me and wanted to visit. I really wasn't in the mood. I was looking forward to getting some things done around the house. I told her I was going to be busy for a couple hours. She replied, "Okay." About 15 minutes later, she was ringing my gate buzzer. I opened the gate. When I looked out the door, she was coming in carrying a 6-pack of beer. Behind her was another female carrying a bottle of wine. We'll call her Linda, and she was very attractive. Maria says she asked her friend to come along to keep her company while I finish working. While I was working on the computer, Maria came by every 15 or 20 minutes. First, she said Linda wanted to thank me for letting her stay. The next, she said Linda likes me. The next time, she said Linda thinks that I am handsome. I was curious about what was going on and getting hungry. I only had a small lunch. I went out to the terrace and sat and talked with them for a while. I told them I was hungry and was going to make dinner. Told them they were welcome to join me. There's plenty. After dinner, we returned to the patio. Maria went to the bathroom and was in there for 15 to 20 minutes. When she returned and saw us talking, she commented that she knew we would get along. She stayed for about 5 minutes and returned to the bathroom. 15 to 20 minutes later, Maria returned and commented that we looked good together. Stayed for about 5 minutes and returned to the bathroom. I asked Linda if she knew why Maria was spending so much time in the bathroom. She didn't know, maybe talking to someone. She returned in about 30 minutes and did something that there was no doubt she wanted Linda and I to do more than talk. Linda's reaction confirmed it was okay with her. Maria then told me she told Linda about the massage and Linda wants a massage. I looked at Linda and she said the same as you gave Maria, if that's okay. I set up the table and we started. Maria stuck her head in the door a couple times. Eventually, Maria said it was getting late and she needed to go. I told Linda that I would like to see her again. She agreed and we exchanged phone numbers. The next day I sent Linda a message. A few hours later I saw a message from Maria. It was a voice message yelling at me in Spanish. I sent Linda a message asking if she knew what was going on. She replied that Maria went crazy when she saw that you sent me a message. Linda didn't understand either why Maria went crazy. Maria accused Linda of stealing me from her. Maria accused me of going behind her back to be with her best friend. We both thought that she wanted us to get together. Linda said Maria will get over it, but it's better we don't see each other. It's a shame. Linda was very close to the type of woman I was looking for. Career-minded, no children, educated and well-mannered. A couple years younger than I was looking at, but more mature than most of the others. I'll bet you didn't see that one coming. I didn't. Maria was nothing special, and it's good I found out that she was a few fries short of a happy meal. I was happy she didn't go crazy in my house. Back to you, Shaman.
The first thing you will want to do is research the sites and decide which offers what you are looking for. Before you start posting your ad, sign up for WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the preferred method for communicating beyond the meeting site. Choose photos that are current. Choose photos of you doing things that you enjoy and normally do. Don't enhance your photos. Looks like you are trying to deceive or you are insecure. Have a variety of photos: home, work, play, or with friends. Be honest with your description and what you are looking for. Don't brag. It will only impress the bad players. Be honest with your activity choices. Don't include something you did once 30 years ago. If you are like most others and myself, the first thing you are going to look at are her photos. Her photos can give you a lot of insight into more than what she looks like. Some examples: if she is working in a hotel as a maid and her photos have her in a luxury home, something's not right. Are her photos taken in hotel rooms, lobbies, pools, etc., or in a nice Airbnb? Chances are she is a good time girl. Provocative photos are most likely an indication of what she is really selling. Do the photos look enhanced? Many use selfie photos taken while she is looking up with the camera just above their head. These photos can be deceptive. If her ad only has photos and nothing else, chances are she is a rental. Read her description and what she is looking for. Most say the same things. Ask her about her interests. Most will have movies listed. Ask her what kind of movies she likes. If she replies all movies, she is being evasive. She wants to know what you like before committing. I will follow up with the question, what movie can you watch more than once? If she says Pretty Woman, run Forrest, run. Look for activities that don't fit. One I look for is if she has fishing listed as one of her activities. Many guys come to Costa Rica for the fishing. She knows this, and most likely she is using it as bait, or just in hopes to spend a day on a boat. I have had females contact me, and when I look at their profile, I match nothing they are looking for. Their profile says they are looking for a male 20 to 30 years old, no facial hair, over 6 foot tall, with a PhD, from Canada, and loves children. That's 6 yellow cards in a row, or 3 red cards on the soccer field. I refer them to my friend, the delete button. One thing that really irritated me started out as a yellow card. This happened so many times, it became a red card. When females that don't realize that I have a life and expect an immediate reply after sending me a message, they would accuse me of being or talking with another female. Don't let them put you on the defensive because they are either insecure or trying to manipulate you. My first and foremost rule, messaging or in person, was to always be a gentleman. If you decide not to see them for multi-yellow cards or a red card, just delete them. Don't explain why. It will only hurt their feelings and lead to an argument. If there's no chemistry but you can have a good time together, be honest with her. Chances are she feels the same way. If she's a good person, she will respect you for it. She may introduce you to some of her single friends. When it comes to sharing physical pleasures, I always wait for them to make the first move. I didn't count, but I would say 98 out of 100 of the females I met from online did make the first move. I am an open-minded guy, but I do have a couple rules about this. The main rule is I will not do anything that involves even the slightest chance of pregnancy. This is one scene I don't want to put myself in. I've seen many guys get told a month or 2 later that she is pregnant. Sometimes it is the guys, sometimes it is not, and sometimes there is no baby. That's why I refer to it as sharing physical pleasures. Until we are both ready to commit to each other, that's as far as I will go. They all agreed to my rules, some seemed relieved, and they shared theirs. I have been studying different massage techniques and practicing for 50 years. I have a table with all the trimmings. I would offer to give them a massage to start. They all left happy and wanted to return for another. About half brought a friend that wanted a massage. One thing I looked for when choosing a dating site was if they allow soliciting. If I saw that soliciting was prohibited and they asked to be notified when it happens, it was a big plus for me. I did talk to females from other countries if they and their profile looked interesting. It seems there were the same types of females, no matter which country they were from. First, I'll talk quickly about the worst type. It's the ones that try to solicit money. Normally, it's the second message they send asking for money to buy minutes so they can send you photos or videos. Don't believe it. There's free Wi-Fi available everywhere. There are sites that allow soliciting. If the site you're using doesn't allow it, report them. I did, and many others did also. They don't last long, and they're gone. If you are going someplace for a vacation, put that in your ad. You will get many replies. There are many females that will be happy to go to the beach and stay in a nice hotel with you. Make sure you are upfront about the details and that you both know what is expected from the other. It would be a good idea to meet before going to a resort. For example, if you're coming to Costa Rica, spend the first couple days in San Jose and meet the female or females that you are interested in. From there, go to the resort. If you are looking for a wife, there are many single mothers available. Many of them will expect you to support them while just dating. Some will expect you to start support after one date. You probably will be supporting more than just her. Most likely, you will be supporting her immediate family that she lives with. Don't fall for the first one. Get to know her and her family. You are not just marrying her, you are marrying her and her family. If you get married, you will be asked to help support her extended family also. That can add up to a lot of people. Her family looks to her for money because she is married to the rich gringo. In some cases, dating for dollars is passed down from mother to daughter to daughter. It is a cultural thing. It's not uncommon here, and in other countries for the female to come with a sister, cousin, or friend. Some do it for security, while others do it for other reasons. I would always tell them it's okay if they would feel more comfortable meeting a stranger. Be discreet. Ticas and Latinas in general can be very jealous. This would be a good time to explain the penalty system that I have worked out. It's a combination of the soccer yellow and red penalty cards with an added green card. Like a traffic light. Green, it's okay to proceed. Yellow, proceed with caution. Red is stop. Game over. If they tell me they want to bring a friend before I ask, that would be a green card. If they wait until I ask to tell me they want to bring a friend, it is a yellow card. If they just show up with a friend, it's a red card. A Costa Rican male is a Tico, and a female is a Tica. I have been told since the first day I arrived, it's hard to find a good Tica. Based on my experiences, it's true, especially on the dating sites. The females I will be talking about are ones from dating sites. I could count the number of professionals I talked to on one hand. Most of the females listed their education level at middle school. They see dating as an employment opportunity. Dating a gringo is like an executive position. In their minds, all gringos are rich. If you want to date them, they expect you to support them. If you are a gringo, they expect a first-class lifestyle. If you are looking for a wife, there are many single mothers available. Don't fall for the first one. Get to know her family. You are not just marrying her, you are marrying her family. When her family comes to you for help, is help just another word for money? Or are they looking for advice and planning so they can take care of the problem themselves? Will they take the time to help you when you need help with something? For me, this is not the foundation to build a long-term relationship on. Chances are they will leave when they get a better offer. I've seen this dating for dollars can have other scenarios. You may just be one of her part-time jobs. She may be doing the same with several males, and you are just her Thursday job. She may have a guy she loves, but he's worthless. She is out hustling money from other males to support him. A Tico friend of mine that sometimes goes online to hook up with a female said, "The women on online dating sites are there for a reason, and it's rarely a good reason. Not all the females are like this. They are just fewer and harder to find because they are already in a positive relationship. It's a good idea to do some investigating yourself, Google her name, look at her social media. Before getting serious, hire an investigator to have her and family checked out. It's worth the investment compared to what it could cost you, or the peace of mind that you will have if the report comes back positive. Either way, you will have a better idea of what you are actually getting into. In summary, guys, there are lots of females on online dating sites that want your money. There are lots of females that are what I call good time girls. Like Cyndi Lauper's hit song, "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." There are a few that are worth a long-term relationship. With the exception of the good time girls entering the scene, not much has changed in almost 400 years. It started out as a good idea to help a man and woman get together. It quickly changed into a venue for profit for the good and bad players. I have many stories to share about my adventures with online dating. I hope to have the video capabilities soon to present these and many other stories about my adventures as a single male traveling the world. I have one more short story. It would not make a good video. I had been here about 6 months. I found a house and the movers arrived with a thing from my container shipment. A female contacted me on a singles site. She just said hello. I looked at her profile, and it was a yellow card. Only one photo taken in the mirror of a public bathroom. Her face was half covered by the camera. I replied hello and went about my business. A couple weeks later, she messaged me again. She asked me for my WhatsApp number and said she wanted to meet me. According to her profile, she lived about an hour and a half from me. I asked when she was coming to San Jose. She replied, "I can be there tomorrow." I asked where she would like to meet. She replied, "My house." She wanted to come and live with me. All she needed was $87 to pay her back rent and get a bus ticket. I deleted, and she kept sending messages I didn't read and just deleted. Eventually, I simply blocked her. One more short segment. I tried to keep this under 30 minutes. Do you prefer the long video or 2 or 3 shorter videos? Let me know in the comments. Pura Vida, shaman here on duty at the Shore Patrol Shack. Hopefully the content of my videos will make up for the presentation. This was created with free trial apps. Unfortunately, I have worn out my welcome on many free apps. I'm retired and living on a fixed income, and I can't really afford them. It takes several different apps to complete a video. Most of them offer a gift card. I would prefer to use a gift card before agreeing to a subscription. If you found any entertainment or information value in my work, please make a donation or contact me for a list of gift cards to help me get the paid apps to do a better job and continue. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm just getting started with this, so your input is important to me. Thanks for watching, and visit my channel for more episodes from the Shore Patrol crew. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, Shaman out.